Ever felt overwhelmed by saying yes to everything? What if setting boundaries could change that? Setting boundaries is one of those things that sound super simple, but trust me, it can be a total game changer. Think about it. When was the last time you said yes to something and immediately regretted it? Maybe it was a favor for a friend, a work project, or even just a social invitation. We often say yes out of obligation or fear of disappointing others, but what if I told you that saying no could actually be a sign of strength, not weakness? Boundaries are essential for maintaining healthy relationships, both with others and with ourselves. When we set boundaries, we're communicating our needs and limits clearly, which helps prevent feelings of resentment and burnout. So, in this video, we're going to explore how to set boundaries confidently, without feeling guilty or anxious. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of why boundaries are crucial, how to communicate them effectively, and what to expect when you start setting them. You'll also learn some practical tips and strategies to help you get started. Understanding your limits is key to setting boundaries. It's about being aware of what you can and cannot handle, and being honest with yourself about those limits. Self-awareness plays a huge role in this. If you don't know what you're comfortable with, how can you possibly communicate that to others? Taking the time to reflect on your values, needs, and priorities can help you identify areas where you need to set boundaries. It's also important to recognize that your limits are unique to you, and what works for someone else might not work for you. By tuning into your own needs and desires, you'll be better equipped to set boundaries that feel right for you. It's easy to get caught up in trying to please others, but when we prioritize their needs over our own, we can end up feeling drained and unhappy. By acknowledging our limits, we can start to make choices that align with our values and priorities. This self-awareness is the foundation of confident boundary setting. When you know what you're working with, you can start to communicate your needs more effectively. Healthy boundaries are those that allow you to express your needs and desires while still respecting the needs and desires of others. They're not about shutting people out, but about creating a sense of mutual respect and understanding. Unhealthy boundaries, on the other hand, can be overly rigid or porous, leading to conflict, resentment, or feelings of burnout. Think of healthy boundaries like a fence around your property. Just as a fence helps define your space and keep things out that don't belong, healthy boundaries help define your emotional and physical space. Unhealthy boundaries, on the other hand, might be like a broken fence that's either too open or too closed, causing problems for you and those around you. For example, a healthy boundary might be telling a friend that you're not available to hang out every weekend, but you'd love to catch up once a month. An unhealthy boundary might be feeling obligated to say yes to every social invitation, even if it means sacrificing your own needs and desires. Communicating your boundaries effectively is crucial. It's not just about saying no or setting a limit, it's about doing so in a way that feels clear, respectful, and assertive. One strategy is to use I statements, which help you express your feelings and needs without placing blame or becoming aggressive. For instance, you might say, "I feel overwhelmed when I take on too much at work. Can we prioritize tasks together so I can focus on what's most important?" This approach helps you communicate your needs while still being considerate of others. Assertiveness plays a huge role in boundary setting. When you're assertive, you're more likely to express your needs and desires clearly, without feeling anxious or guilty. One way to develop assertiveness is to practice using a firm but friendly tone of voice. Think of it like a spectrum. On one end, you have passivity, where you're not expressing your needs at all. On the other end, you have aggression, where you're prioritizing your needs over others. Assertiveness falls somewhere in the middle, where you're expressing your needs while still being respectful of others. Common obstacles like fear of rejection, fear of conflict, or fear of being seen as selfish can make it tough to set boundaries. But here's the thing, setting boundaries is not about being selfish, it's about being self-aware and taking care of yourself. One way to overcome these obstacles is to remind yourself that setting boundaries is a sign of strength, not weakness. It's okay to say no or set a limit. It doesn't mean you're not a good friend, partner, or colleague. Setting boundaries can look different in various contexts, like work, family, or friendships. At work, it might mean setting clear expectations with your colleagues or manager about your workload or work hours. With family, it might mean establishing boundaries around personal space or emotional support. In friendships, it might mean being clear about what you're available for and what you're not. The key is to communicate your needs clearly and assertively, while still being respectful of others. If you're new to setting boundaries, start small. Try saying no to something that feels low stakes, like declining an invitation to a social event. Practice using I statements and assertive body language. Remember, setting boundaries is a process, and it's okay to make mistakes. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become in expressing your needs and desires. To recap, setting boundaries is essential for maintaining healthy relationships and taking care of yourself. It's about being aware of your limits, communicating your needs clearly, and being assertive. By setting boundaries confidently, you can reduce feelings of resentment and burnout, and increase your overall sense of well-being. Don't be afraid to prioritize your own needs and desires. Remember, setting boundaries is not about being selfish, it's about being self-aware and taking care of yourself. If you've had any experiences with setting boundaries, share them with us in the comments below. We'd love to hear about your successes and challenges. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.